Bonjour. In this grammar presentation, we're going to go over how to form closed questions. And by the end of this presentation, you should be able to recognize closed question. Or, do you speak French? Are the students American? Are they learn French? Would Mary like to go? In English, closed questions are formed by inverting the subject with an auxiliary. Do you speak French? Are the students American? Have they learned French? Would Mary like to go? In spoken French, there are two main ways to form questions, with the intonation and with est que. With the intonation, the word order is the same as statements, but the intonation is different. Here are some examples. Tu comprends? Repeat after me. Tu comprends? Do you understand? Vous comprenez? Do you all understand? Repeat after me again. Tu as un stylo? Do you have a pen? Ils comprennent? Do they understand? With est que, the word order is the same as statements as well, but you add est que or squ apostrophe before vowel sound at the beginning of your questions. For instance, repeat after me. Est-ce que tu comprends? Do you understand? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Do you all understand? Est-ce que tu as un stylo? Do you have a pen? Est-ce qu'ils comprennent? Do they understand? In written French, especially in a formal context, it is common to invert the verb and the subject pronoun, or the corresponding subject pronoun when the subject is a noun. This way of asking question is known as inversion. For instance, comprends-tu? Repeat after me. Comprends-tu? Do you understand? Do you all understand? As-tu un stylo? Repeat after me. As-tu un stylo? Do you have a pen? Les étudiants comprennent-ils? So here we have an example of a question where the subject is a noun. Les étudiants is a noun and is the subject of the verb comprendre. So when the subject is a noun, we do not invert the verb with the subject. We use the corresponding subject pronouns. So les étudiants is a masculine plural. So you're going to use the equivalent subject pronoun for masculine plural, il with an S, and you add it after the verb. So repeat after me. Les étudiants comprennent-ils? Do students understand? Repeat after me. Les étudiantes comprennent-elles? Here, les étudiantes is feminine plural. So you're going to use the equivalent subject pronouns, elles with an S, then you're going to place after the verb. And it means, do students understand? Note that with inversion, an extra T is added between two vowel sounds. This extra T doesn't mean anything and it's just a convention. So, for instance, repeat after me. Y a-t-il un stylo? So we start with the sentence Il y a un stylo. There is a pen. Then you need to invert the subject pronoun il with the verb a. So you're going to place il after a. After placing il after a, you have two vowel sounds, so you need to add a T. Y a-t-il un stylo? One more time, repeat after me. Y a-t-il un stylo? Which means, is there a pen? So do not worry about that. You're going to study how to form these questions later on. At the moment, you just need to make sure that you are able to understand what they mean. Application. Translate the following sentences. You can now pause the video and do the application exercise. 1. Est-ce que c'est un livre? Is this a book? Repeat after me. Est-ce que c'est un livre? 2. Le professeur comprend-il? Does the teacher understand? Repeat after me. Le professeur comprend-il? 3. Tu comprends? Do you understand? Repeat after me. Tu comprends? 4. Comprenons-nous? Do we understand? Repeat after me. Comprenons-nous? 5. Est-ce qu'elles comprennent? Do they understand? Repeat after me. Est-ce qu'elles comprennent? Right, you can now pause the video again and translate the last 5 sentences of the application exercise. Est-ce que tu as un stylo? Do you have a pen? Repeat after me. Est-ce que tu as un stylo? 7. N'y a-t-il pas d'étudiants? Are there male students? Are there any students? Okay, so repeat after me. N'y a-t-il pas d'étudiants? So here's an example where you can have negation and question at the same time. 8. Est-ce un ordinateur? Is it, is this, or is that a computer? Okay, so S is the inverted form of c'est. Remember, say, this is, it is, that is. So here you have an example of the inverted form. Repeat after me. Est-ce un ordinateur? 9. Vous pouvez parler plus lentement? Can you speak more slowly? Repeat after me. Vous pouvez parler plus lentement? 10. Les étudiantes comprennent-elles? Do the students understand? Repeat after me. Les étudiantes comprennent-elles? And here, students is female students. Okay, application. So here's another application exercise where I'm going to ask you to identify if the question is intonation, esker, or inversion. So this is just for you to get familiar with these forms. Do not worry if you struggle with it. You're not supposed to master the difference between the 3 forms at this point yet of your learning, but just try your best to identify what type of question that is, just to help you later master them. 1. Repeat after me. Est-ce que c'est un livre? This is an asker question, but it's pretty straightforward. 2. Repeat after me. Le professeur comprend-il? This is inversion. You have the verb followed by the subject pronoun. 3. Repeat after me. Tu comprends? This is intonation. You have your subject before the verb. So only the intonation, that is the melody of your voice, is going to make it a question. 4. Repeat after me. Comprenons-nous? This is inversion. The subject pronoun is after the verb. 5. Repeat after me. Est-ce qu'elles comprennent? This is an asker question. You recognize the asker at the beginning of the question. 6. Repeat after me. Est-ce que tu as un stylo? This is also an asker question. You recognize the asker at the beginning of the question. 7. Repeat after me. N'y a-t-il pas d'étudiants? This is inversion. You have the subject pronoun il after the verb are. You have also the t in between the two. 8. Repeat after me. Est-ce un ordinateur? This is also inversion. Okay, so remember, S means is this, is it, is that. It's the inverted version of c'est. 9. Repeat after me. Vous pouvez parler plus lentement? This is intonation. The subject is before the verb. This, repeat after me. Les étudiantes comprennent-elles? This is inversion. The subject pronounce elle if after the verb. So again, do not worry too much about this exercise. It's just for you to be more aware of the questions. You're not supposed to master the differences between all of this at this point. And if you have questions, feel free to write them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. Au revoir.